Hey friends, welcome back to Whiskey and Wit. Today's video is a super quick and easy Dollar Tree DIY. I love this long hanging photo frame, so stay tuned. What you'll need for this project is some personal images, 4x6 stretched canvases from the Dollar Tree, and some burlap ribbon. I decided to use 3, but you can use as many or as little as you want. Step 1 is to dismantle the canvases, so I used a screwdriver to kind of pop up the staples, and then I used a wrench to get them out. If you have pliers on hand, that'll work too, but just going through and popping up everything really helps for you to kind of pull it out. If you've got a staple remover, you can probably use that too, but this is just what I had on hand. Once all the staples are out, take that wood piece out and put it to the side. Then take your canvas and cut off the edges. You're going to cut on the innermost line, so the edge that was on the inside of the canvas. If you look, there'll be multiple creases. Just go all the way on the inside so there's no more creases left, and cut off all the edges. That's going to give you about a 4x6 situation. So I went through and stained all 3 of the frames this dark walnut color. As you can see, it is well loved. This is my favorite stain of all time. I talk about this all the time, but it's just Minwax. I get it at Menards. Our Home Depot has not been carrying Minwax lately, so Menards by me has been the best bet here in central Illinois-ish, northern Illinois. Western Chicago suburbs, I guess. So I went ahead and did all 3 frames. I didn't do the back, I didn't really worry about it, but I made sure to get the insides because you will see that with the photos, but you won't see the back side. So one thing to keep in mind too, this guy was a little flimsy. It kind of came apart here at the corner. I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it back together. It's no big deal, but be careful when you are stenciling and kind of handling these. So they were dollar canvases, so they're not super high quality, so be careful with the wood so you don't bust them and then you're sad because you put all that time into taking the canvas off and then it breaks. After all of your stain has dried, you are going to take your frames and then assemble them. So the first step is to take that canvas that you grabbed, and I ended up flipping it so the painted canvas is like white and kind of like slippery, I guess, and I wanted the burlap side, so I went through, flipped that over, and then I went through with a staple gun. This is just one we had at our house. It's like a desk stapler and a staple gun, but you can use a regular staple gun or a stapler will work, and use staples to hook down the edges of that kind of burlap canvas. Once you do that, it will look like this, and once you flip it over, you've got that kind of rustic tan color. Then I took some Mod Podge and applied it to some photos from our wedding, and I used a thin coat just to make sure that things didn't bubble. And then I pushed everything down and repeated that on all 3 images. Then I used some weight to weigh it down. Once those dry, then the last step I did was to hook them onto burlap. Now, if you do want to just use these in like a tiered tray or something, you could easily skip this step, but I wanted to hang this. So I took that same staple gun, measured everything out, and just used the staples onto the back to get the burlap to stick. These aren't going to be that heavy, so it's going to adhere and be just fine with just staples. You don't have to worry about the weight. I used my tape measure so everything went on straight and evenly spaced, and then I took my top piece to make a little hanger, flipped it over, and stapled it down. That is how simple it is. You can use this technique for a ton of things. For some pictures for my tiered tray, you can also do a few different ones and scatter them on the wall, but I really like this. I made this because it was recently our 2-year anniversary and I wanted to get up some more wedding photos in our house. I love the dark walnut stain, and these photos are amazing. Palette of Light did our pictures. If you are in Illinois, I will link the stuff down below because they are absolutely incredible. We love them so much, and we'll use them for all of our photo needs. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you love Dollar Tree DIYs, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!